So I'm glad I didn't get it. I'm tired of arguing with them about it. I want to be able to finish this up as far as my trial. But I wanted the people in the city of Lynn Haven, don't listen to the news, Bernie. I didn't even know you before this happened. And, you're the only one that's told
we met
me
a year ago. We met a year ago, and it was in court, and it was during this thing. And
you thought I was guilty.
Well, I was going to say about a year and a half ago, I need to find it and post it. I posted that you had bribed Barnes, and I thought for sure, with all 86 charges, James, I thought for sure you had to have done some of it. But you and Margot asked me to look at it, and I said, if I do this, it's not going to be good if I find something.
That's right.
I'll be damned what I found. I cannot believe what I found. What I found is that there were people, and this is the same thing the FBI told another judge in the FBI search warrant affidavit that surfaced. Other people were doing what they're accusing you and Margot of doing. Their very testimony to another judge refutes what they're saying now, and it's shocking. It is shocking.
Well, I hope Tommy Ford's looking tonight, because I got something I want to say to him. Tommy, I come to you and I told you about this, and you kind of shunned me away, and then you call me up and you kind of pop off to me about Jimmy Stanford, and you told me that was all BS about Jimmy Stanford. I want to tell you something, Tommy. Read all the documents. I never said a word about Jimmy Stanford being corrupt. It was everybody else, and you can read it. And the fact is, I have not said that. My lawyer said, listen, who is Jimmy Stanford? And I said, he's Tommy Ford's main guy, one of them. He said, well, everybody in here saying he's corrupt. He's doing this. And I said, and he says, I got to use it. He says, I got to use that because I'm defending you. I said, do what you got to do. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I went down there to see him. I was the chairman of the Contractors Association. I went down there to see Tommy about Chief Ramey. He's up there writing building permits and changing building permits. They fired the building guy. Vicky does. There's some lawsuits coming about that. And Michael Gordon and them, there's some lawsuits coming. They've done that guy wrong. He's waiting to have his turn, but the common denominator on the lawsuits in Lynn Haven is Vicky Gaynor and Chief Ramey. But I will be bringing a federal lawsuit against the city of Lynn Haven and Mr. Ramey, and I'm going to give them some of this they've been giving me, because I've had me enough of it. I've done a lot for Lynn Haven, way more than they have. And, they want to say that I've mistreated Lynn Haven or done something. I'm really upset about that. So
I'll tell you what I saw. I want everybody to know what I saw, James. What I saw when I was in there and you were a defendant. I saw Vicky Gaynor, the city manager, go up on December 12th. And I saw things I couldn't believe. As a matter of fact, I will put the documents up soon so everybody can see it. But she was asked by the defense attorneys, you're the city manager, you're in charge of it. Did you ever tell a city contracted engineer, a private engineer, Chris Forehand? And Chris, I told you I'd tell you if I brought up your name, and I didn't plan to do this, but it's in there. So Chris Forehand is a engineer that gets a lot of business with the city of Lynn Haven. And I couldn't believe that there was a document where the city manager who hires him tells him it would be a good idea for him not to do business with you on a personal level. And Judge Walker said, this sounds like she might be using her position to deprive you of private business you're entitled to. So when you talk about bringing lawsuits, that's the kind of stuff you're talking about, right?
Yes. Well, that's the only way I'm going to get it out.
Amazing.
You know what I'm talking about? It's just it's been unreal. It's been going on 2.5 years that I couldn't talk to this one. I couldn't go to City Hall. I couldn't do this, whatever. I'm doing some development, in the round. I can't talk to anybody in the city and all. So the judge done away with all that, said, okay, but they didn't want me to talk about anything when I was in a damn coma when this started. So I thought that was a pretty good alibi, but evidently it wasn't. So I said, I'll try and find out. But Bernie, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna go defend those 2 charges when they come up, and I'm gonna be here in Lynn Haven as long as I last. I'll be here. When I first got indicted and arraigned, they first thing they done was told the judge that I had an airplane, 2 airplanes, and I had enough money to leave and not come back. And I told the judge, I said, Judge, my office is 2 blocks from where I was born. I said, you might put me in jail one day, but the day I get out, I'm going to be back in Lynn Haven. And that's where I'm going to be. And I'm sure not going to screw over the people in this city that I love that much. So,
well, it's been incredible for me to see that you loaned the city about $4 million for the 17th Street ditch and other stuff they added to it at 2.55% when the prime was 5.8%, and told them, don't pay me back until I'm 95, make your last payment. And you got in trouble for that. That is unfriggin' believable.
Hey,